There are nearly 2 billion Muslims in the world. They believe in one God, one Quran, and one Prophet. But for over 1,400 years, the Muslim world has also been known through two main paths, Sunni and Shia. So if both are Muslim, what exactly is the difference? And how did that split begin in the first place? From the outside, Sunni and Shia can look almost the same. Both believe in Allah. Both follow the Quran. Both believe Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the final messenger. Both pray, fast in Ramadan, give charity, and perform Hajj. So the real difference is not whether one is Muslim and the other is not. The real difference is where the split began, who religious authority belongs to, and how some practices develop differently over time. It all starts in the year 632 CE, right after the death of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was the moment when the Muslim community faced its first major question. Who should lead after the Prophet? One side accepted Abu Bakr as the first leader of the Muslim community. This became the historical path that later developed into Sunni Islam. Another side believed that Ali ibn Abi Talib, the Prophet's cousin and son-in-law, should have led after him. These early supporters became known as Shiat Ali, meaning the party or supporters of Ali. This became the foundation of Shia Islam. So in very simple words, Sunni Islam grew from the majority community that accepted Abu Bakr and the early caliphs, while Shia Islam grew from the belief that leadership belonged to Ali and the Prophet's family. Today, Sunnis are the majority of Muslims globally, while Shia Muslims form a smaller but very important part of the Muslim world, especially in places like Iran and Iraq. So beyond early history, how do they actually differ today? Let's break it down into the five main differences. 1. Leadership after the Prophet. This is the original difference. For Sunnis, leadership after the Prophet was based on the choice and consensus of the Muslim community. That is why Abu Bakr is accepted as the first caliph. For Shias, leadership was not just political. They believe Ali had the strongest right to lead and that guidance should remain with the Prophet's family. That is why the idea of imamate became so central in Shia Islam. This means the split started with leadership, but it later became a deeper difference in religious identity. 2. Religious authority. The second big difference is this: who explains Islam for the community? In Sunni Islam, religious authority developed through the Quran, the Sunnah, scholars, and the major schools of law. Over time, Sunni Islam became associated with four famous legal schools: Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, and Hanbali. Sunni Muslims generally see these schools as valid paths within the same tradition. In Shia Islam, especially Twelver Shiism, religious authority is tied much more closely to the line of imams from the Prophet's family, beginning with Ali. In later history, Shia communities also developed strong roles for senior living scholars. So a simple way to say it is this: Sunni Islam gives broader authority to the scholarly tradition of the community. Shia Islam places special authority in the line of imams and the teachings connected to them. 3. Prayer and visible worship differences. This is one of the most noticeable differences. Both Sunnis and Shias pray the same 5 daily prayers. That part is shared. But the way prayer is performed can look different. In many Sunni communities, worshippers usually stand in prayer with their hands folded. In many Shia communities, worshippers usually stand with their hands by their sides. Another visible difference appears in prostration. Many Sunni Muslims perform sajda directly on a prayer mat or carpet. Many Shia Muslims prefer to place their forehead on a natural surface, often a small clay tablet called a turba. There is also a timing difference. Sunnis usually pray the 5 daily prayers at 5 separate times during the day. Shias also pray 5 daily prayers, but it is common in many Shia communities to combine Zuhr with Asr and Maghrib with Isha, so it may appear as 3 prayer sessions instead of 5 separate timings. The total prayers are still 5, so the number of prayers is shared, but the visible style and timing can differ. 4. Historical memory and Ashura. This is one of the most emotional differences. In 680 CE, Hussein ibn Ali, the grandson of the Prophet ﷺ, was killed at Karbala. This event became one of the defining moments in Shia history. For many Shia Muslims, Ashura is a day of mourning, grief, and remembrance for Hussein and the tragedy of Karbala. For many Sunni Muslims, Ashura is recognized differently, often as a day linked with fasting and remembrance, rather than the same mourning rituals. So both know Ashura, but its meaning in religious life is not the same. For Shias, Karbala became central to identity and memory. For Sunnis, it is respected as a major historical tragedy, but not usually marked in the same ritual way. 5. Religious framework and emphasis. The fifth difference is about how each tradition is commonly taught. In Sunni Islam, worship is usually introduced through the well-known 5 pillars of Islam. In Shia Islam, the core obligations remain, but Shia teaching often uses additional frameworks too, such as the 10 obligatory acts in some educational traditions. There is also a difference in emphasis. In Sunni history, the wider Muslim community, the caliphs, and the companions have a major place in the way early Islam is remembered. In Shia history, the Ahl al-Bayt, the family of the Prophet, hold a much more central place in devotion, memory, and religious teaching. So if we put everything together, the difference looks like this. Sunni Islam grew from the majority community that accepted leadership through the caliphs and later through the wider scholarly tradition. Shia Islam grew from the belief that leadership belonged to Ali and the Prophet's family, and that this line held a special religious authority. That early split then shaped leadership, authority, prayer, ashura, and historical memory. But even after all of that, the shared foundation remains very large. Both say there is no God but Allah. Both follow the Quran. Both love and follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Both fast Ramadan. Both pray toward the Kaaba. Both perform Hajj. So the Sunni-Shia divide is not about two different religions. It is about two historical paths within Islam that began with leadership and then developed different religious expressions over time. And if you want to understand the topic fairly, that balance matters most. Real differences, but also a very large shared foundation. If both groups believe in the same Quran and the same Prophet, what actually separates Sunni and Shia? The split starts with leadership, but it does not end there.